Hello everybody, so this is part 2 of fake martial arts. I didn't really want to do the whole editing thing on here, so I stopped my first video. So I'm at my second video now. So what I was talking about the fake martial arts was that, you know, it is also worthy of being a scam. You know, there's a lot of money in martial arts because obviously it offers a service that a lot of people are drawn to, which is self-defense, becoming a confident individual when it comes to fighting, being able to know that you can always protect yourself. I mean, services like that you can't put a price to. And the people that create these fake martial arts, they know that. They know that if they can sell you an easy solution for your problem, that people are gonna bite, you know. So I mean, some of these videos we see on the fake martial arts, we see guys using finger guns to like stop their opponents, you know, using some type of mystical energy, people being able to throw out their chi at somebody else and knock them down. I mean, even Aikido. Aikido is a real martial art. You know, don't get me wrong, it's a real martial art. But Aikido is at its most effective when it's at an element of surprise and timing. That's when Aikido is effective. Not when you're walking up to somebody and you're about to Aikido them. You're not going to grab somebody in a stationary manner and just flip them like in like the Baki anime or like, you know. So Aikido is a really real thing. I mean, you know, there's times where I find myself, you know, goofing off with a sparring partner, and all of a sudden I grab their wrist and I keep holding on, and I twist it slightly, and I realize, oh, whoa, you know, their own energy is throwing them forward, and I'm like, oh, you know, it's an accident, but I realize that, you know, you can manipulate people's momentum. That's a real thing. That's just physics. So yeah, it's you know, even real martial arts within themselves can be altered to display a level of fakeness, a level of exaggeration, you know. I mean, most martial art movies nowadays, they display the exaggeration of the style that you're seeing, you know. I mean, if you watch the Rocky Balboa movies, I mean, you know, a lot of the times in a boxing match, boxing is very dirty. There's when you see the actual movements in a nice crisp style. I think the only few fighters I've seen that fight that look like they're moving like with a nice posture and everything is like, you know, Floyd Mayweather, you know. The guy moves and he stays in that spot and everything, and it looks very calculated, but that's not always the case in boxing. In boxing, you see hooks being thrown. You know, yeah, they're being thrown with a high level of efficiency, but it kind of looks like a brawling match, you know, or it's like a chess match. Nobody's really moving, and that's more realistic because nobody wants to get hurt. But yeah, in the fake martial arts, yeah, it's you know, there's a high level of money involved in it, because they know that people who are not aware of martial arts and what to look for are going to fall for it. Actually, part of my channel is to give a more awareness of martial arts concepts, of what to look for, of what's more real. I like to deal in what's more realistic. When you see me on my channel putting a combat training with my teammate, we're trying to practice effective movements that we can use in a situation that hopefully we never have to be in. At the same time, you know, we practice movements that are a bit more exaggerated, so our bodies can be more agile to movements in case we ever need that flexibility and agility to work for us. So we know some movements are not going to work. You'll probably never see me throw an actual roundhouse to somebody's head. I will practice it to the head, but in a real life situation, that roundhouse is going to the back of that person's knee, the side of their knee. It's probably going to sweep their ankle. or I'm probably gonna throw it like at the stomach, but I'm gonna involve speed and timing. I'm not gonna just toss it there for somebody to just grab it. Most likely, if I'll probably lead with some punches, and then once they're distracted up here, then I'll throw the roundhouse, aim to the rib, you know. So yeah, the best way to look at a martial art, and yes, MMA is a martial art. It's a lot of, if anything, you can look at MMA as Jeet Kune Do, because there are concepts from other martial arts that these practitioners of MMA find effective and they put into their fighting style. So, you know, a lot of this labeling, a lot of this dissection of like what's what, it's all just fighting, you know. It basically, an effective martial art is a one that gets practiced to the point of high efficiency in fighting, and practice to the point where you can display them all the movements in case you wanted to show somebody the catalog of every movement that exists in that particular martial art. So hope that brings some perspective on fake martial arts. It's not an entertaining video when it comes to the type of stuff you see on the channels where it's more comical. I don't really deal too much in the comical stuff. In some shorts I do, but in this case, you know, it's just more awareness that, you know, you should really, you know, if you want to question the martial art you're studying, if it's fake or not, you know, investigate it, put it to work, spar with somebody that knows how to fight that's not part of your martial arts school, and see how effective it is. And it might actually, even if you don't end up winning against your fellow teammate from another martial arts style, it might not mean that the martial art's not effective. It just means you probably need to, you know, train more. I mean, I remember when I did boxing, it felt very weird, the footwork. It felt very weird the way my stance. And it felt like it wasn't gonna work. But then when I got used to it, I realized that, you know what, in my Kung Fu, I incorporate a boxing stance. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is part 2. Sorry to have cut it off and make another video of it. I'll make them side by side, so if you look for them, they're gonna be together. All right, have a great day, everybody.